Greetings, greetings, and salutations, one and all. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? 7 days away from Christmas Eve. But who's counting? I want to say greetings and salutations to everybody I have it locked right now. Big ups to you on TuneIn Radio, the Night Shift to DJ Kevin Stewart, Rotterbox.net, the Foundation Radio Network with Clinton Lindsay, ClintonLindsay.com. To you guys over there across the pond, One Harmony Radio. Big ups, big ups, big ups, big ups to you. And if I didn't mention you, don't worry, you get big up too. I want to say big ups to all those who are tuning on PEMG TV. And of course, home of the night shift, kevinstewart.com. I encourage you to jump on over and jump into the pot. Which pot? The stew pot. That's where we have the chit chat. I want to say welcome back to the man himself, the big man, Mr. Marlon Burrell. Mondays and Wednesdays haven't been the same without you, bro. And without much further ado, I present to you the man of the moment, the one and only Owen K. Ferguson Esquire.
Hey Kev.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Evening to listeners.
How's the atmosphere in Jamaica right now? It's Christmas time. It's a week before Christmas. What's the atmosphere like?
Yeah, well, it's very, very festive. Almost everywhere you go, people are getting into the mood. Business places are decorated. There's a heightened activity in the commercial districts. The stores are stocked up. Traffic is
ridiculous.
Backed up. So all the signs are there for a typical Jamaican Christmas.
Not that it wasn't bad enough before the construction, but now construction is on.
Construction is on, the Christmas rush is on. So yeah, there's that happening.
I get to understand there's a little bit of a chill in the air also.
Right, so we do feel a change in the weather. We are feeling the Christmas breeze, so to speak.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I remember growing up and every little cool breeze blow once it passed November. It's Christmas breeze. I'm like, what?
Yeah, man, Christmas breeze, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, feeling the Christmas. That's nice. Has it affected the mood? Any?
Yeah, well, what was happening in Jamaica, certainly the biggest bit of news in the last couple of days and the biggest discussion has been a decision by the opposition party to oppose the extension of the states of emergency when they expire in January.
Right.
That decision was taken last week Friday night, and it has been an undercurrent to the news. Almost every news item has been about that or related to that, debating why it is that the state of emergency should come to an end. There are strong views on both sides, and for the most part, that has been dominating the discussions, both on radio, other places in media, and just day to day going around. People want to know what crime measures are going to be in place once this ends.
Right. God, that was going to be my question. No, hasn't the crime rate gone down since implementing the state of emergency?
That's what has been reported. There's been a significant decline. The police report something like 21% reduction in murders across the island, a much higher percentage in the areas that the states of emergency actually have been mounted in.
Right.
So in St. James, for instance, I heard a report which suggests that something like 300 less murders in Western Jamaica.
Wow.
In the period since the yeah. So St. James, Trelawney, Hanover, Westmoreland, those parishes I've seen something like 300 less murders compared to last year since the states of emergency and the ZOSO have been put in place.
Yes. Well, the good question would be to ask, okay, when this is lifted, what is going to replace it?
What next, exactly?
I guess. Sorry, go ahead.
That's a legitimate question, and that's one that we're all as a country waiting on to hear the answers to. My own view is that we've spent a week or so pointing fingers and blaming who should have voted yes, who should have voted no, why they have opposed, rather than collectively coming together and say, okay, this is how we go forward.
Right.
I think we've lost an opportunity there.
I guess some are arguing that you do something one way for a particular period of time, it becomes a habit. So they're hoping that this will become the new habit.
Right.
Let's see.
All
right, what do you have for us tonight?
Okay, so we're coming down to the end of the year, and I thought I'd go back to a topic that we pretty much started this series with, and that is how to engage an attorney in Jamaica, what to look for, how to go about the process.
Right.
What are some of the key steps and some of the pitfalls. Now, some of this, of course, will apply generally to engaging an attorney anywhere for that matter. But being outside of the jurisdiction can present its own unique challenges. And I said, let me just revisit that for the listeners, just remind persons the steps to take and how to ensure that you get the maximum value out of an arrangement you make with the attorney in Jamaica. Now, just to quickly remind the listeners that in Jamaica, the profession is regulated by the General Legal Council. Now, we also have a bar association, but in Jamaica, the bar association is merely...
It's just a club.
Is a professional association. It's not a regulatory body. The regulatory body is the General Legal Council. Their website can be easily accessed. It's very helpful. It shows a lot of relevant information as to which attorneys have been sanctioned, any disciplinary action has been taken against attorneys. It's listed there on the web address, generallegalcouncil.org. So that's General Legal Council, council with a CIL, .org. And that site lists all attorneys who have been issued with a practicing certificate for the current year. The practicing certificate is what allows you to practice. And all the attorneys whose various disciplinary actions have been taken against. So you want to stop there as well in your check to see exactly whether the individual or the firm you're considering appears there at all.
Right. Because you don't want to get one that is in trouble or causing trouble.
Right. That's important. Now the next question is, who do you turn to? How do you get recommendations? Now, as with any other professional, you're going to rely on the word of people who you know and trust. So family members, friends in Jamaica, others who have used the services of that attorney or that firm are going to be very, very important in this case. So it's not necessarily the person whose name you hear mentioned in news items, but persons who you know, who have personally interacted with this attorney or this firm, who can vouch for them and say to you exactly what to expect when dealing with this attorney or this firm. That's going to be important. And then you also want to consider whether you want to use an individual attorney or you want to use a firm of attorneys. That's also another consideration.
Right.
And there are both strengths on both sides. An individual attorney will probably have a lot more flexibility around how he or she handles your matter. Will probably have a lot more flexibility in terms of charging fees and other decisions, probably be a little more accessible as well. In many cases, you'll be able to get a direct number to your attorney. Whereas if you're using a firm, then you're going to, one, be limited to standard business hours, one. Two, there probably be less flexibility around the terms of engagement. Also, access, that sort of thing may be a little different if you're working with a firm of attorneys. But on the plus side, a firm is likely to be more well-resourced, a deeper pool of experience to pull from, more structured and more controls are typical of a well-established firm. So those are things to consider.
But even with an individual though, Owen.
Yes.
An individual has resources because they have colleagues.
They do have colleagues, and you can reach out. Certainly, as an individual practitioner myself, I do a fair bit of that.
Right.
So I'm not now telling you that that's not the case. However, one would expect that in a firm of multiple attorneys, that they will be right there in-house with you.
Right.
Immediately available to consult and to support in the event that the person who is assigned to your matter happens to be out at the point that you make contact.
Okay. Or in court. Yeah.
Yes, they're in court, or they're in an interview, they're meeting with another client, that sort of thing. Someone else can pull the file and provide you with some assistance.
Right.
Also, it's important to confirm whether the attorney or the firm that you're looking to engage practices in the specific area of law that you want your matter is. So if your matter is a property matter, it makes sense to engage attorneys who engage in that particular aspect of the law. There's no point going to a criminal defense attorney for a property matter. That should be pretty self-evident, except that sometimes, not being in the environment, you hear a name,
yes,
and you reach out to that person and thinking that, this is somebody who is highly skilled. And yes, the individual or the firm probably is, but not
in a
necessarily
particular
in the
area.
There you go.
Right, because when I was growing up, you hear a lawyer and you immediately think that individual covers all aspects of the law.
Yes. And it's the same in other professions. You hear a doctor,
right?
All doctor, right?
Right.
Not quite. so as with all professions, there's some general areas that we all cover in our training, but naturally over time, the more you specialize, the more experience you develop in a particular field, and clearly you want to match your need to the expertise that is available to you.
Right.
3 other quick points, I'll just bullet point them for you. You need to discuss fees and costs. Fees, of course, pretty straightforward. You need to know exactly what how it's going to impact your pocket to do this transaction. Right? Is it a fixed cost fee? Is it a percentage of the transaction? And exactly how it's to be paid? Is there a down payment I need to make? Is everything paid at the end or up front? All those questions you need to ask. And then there's costs you also need to ascertain, especially for litigation matters. If you're going to sue somebody, your attorney should be advising you that if you're unsuccessful, you could very well find yourself bearing the cost of the other side.
Right.
So you want to be able to make that assessment to see whether you'd still want to go forward, knowing the risk of bearing the costs of the other side if you're unsuccessful. So that's something to also think about. Then you also want to talk about the time, an approximate estimate of how long your matter will take. And of course, that involves some variables that are not necessarily within the control of the attorney. So if you're selling a property, the sale of the property will depend on a number of other variables. The purchaser having the money, purchaser's mortgage being approved, all of those things are not necessarily within the control of the attorney, but he or she will do their best to manage that process for you. Also, you want to talk about options. What are the other routes? So instead of suing John Brown for my money, is there any other way within the law that I can go about getting my money back? And in that context, you could be talking about alternative dispute resolution,
and lowering
options
the risk.
That are available. Yes. Which would manage your matter a little differently. There's mediation, getting a third party to assist in getting a solution. And as I say, risk. What are the things that could go wrong? What are the defenses that the opposite side could put up? How likely is it to be successful? So those are discussions you want to have with the attorney and get full answers to. You know, and on that note, there are no wrong questions, Kev. Ask all the questions. No silly questions, no out of place questions. Ask all the questions. This is your professional who is going to be acting on your behalf.
And write down the answers.
You want to get everything clear. And I know how it is when people sit with professionals, they may not want to make it clear that, look, I don't really understand what you just said, but, you know, maybe we're just not prepared to disclose that.
Right.
But, you know, try to be as frank and as open with your professional as you can be, because that's the only way the individual can serve you.
No.
If you're very clear about where you stand on the matter.
If I, as someone looking for legal counsel, were to come in and do that, ask all the questions because I just don't know.
Right.
Hasn't there been individuals in that position that think that if they act too dumb, they're going to be taken for a ride by these attorneys? They're going to tell, like going to a mechanic and not knowing anything about a car, and he just tells you that, okay, to change this tire, it's going to cost you $300 when it's a $30 job.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, there's that danger. I understand that risk, and it's important that I think one of the things we said earlier is, you know, really speak to people whose integrity you have on good record. You know, people who have recommended you to say, yes, this is somebody who is going to treat you respectfully, is going to be frank and open with you, and, you know, allows you to be comfortable in the relationship as attorney-client. So yes, I understand why persons don't necessarily want to show their hand in as far as their level of understanding of the issues.
Right.
But we, as with all professions, we know you are not trained in the area. You are trained in whatever other field. We understand that. We don't expect you to know the law. In fact, if you knew the law, you would not be sitting with your attorney.
Right.
You'd probably be getting assistance in other ways. So, you know, professionals know that the person who comes to them doesn't fully understand. But it's up to you, the client, to make it clear what aspects of it you would like assistance with. You know, ask them to explain the intricate legal terms, outline the steps, the timelines, and the costs.
On the flip side, however, you guys are in a business.
Right.
So you're not going to just roll over and give away all the information just one go.
Right. I wouldn't say that. I believe, especially in a consultation scenario, it is expected that the client is going to ask questions.
Right.
And you come prepared to respond to questions as transparently as you can, given the information that is in front of you. You know, integrity is so important in these things, and it goes without saying that you need to be talking to and relating to people of high character. Right. Which my profession, especially in Jamaica, has had its problems in that regard in recent times. So we readily acknowledge that. Yeah. But that doesn't cast a pall over the entire profession. You know, there are a few persons in the profession who have not covered themselves in glory and have, you know, brought disrepute to the profession. But there are many of us who, the vast majority, who are operating ethically. Right. And the regulator ensures that we do. You know, so persons who have those concerns, you know, can rest assured that there is a fair bit of oversight that is at play in the sector. And, you know, yes, you're going to take your own steps and your own due diligence, but at the global level, the General Legal Council does a fair bit to keep its members informed, updated, and in check.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
And with that being said, I just want to slip it in right here that I totally trust Owen. Part of the reason why he's on my show, having his own segment. I trust. I have sent people to Owen, and I have gotten reviews that yes, this guy is good to go. He's upstanding. He's not trying to swindle anybody. And I'm not saying it because I have him on the line. No.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
Yeah, I mean, just if you think about any profession you're in, if you're talking about longevity, then you really have to treat people properly. Yeah? You have to treat people respectfully.
Yes.
Or you're not going to be around for very long. That's just the truth.
Yep. We're currently running a little undercurrent discussion in the morning show with Sir Rockwell as it relates to customer service in Jamaican restaurants in South Florida. And so they're getting a bit of flack from us right now. So, but rightly so. You know, you're not providing a good service. You need to talk about it.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Hence the regulatory body.
Right.
These are the people that you go to and lodge your complaints. Owen. Whether, well, I guess it comes down to experience.
Right.
And I'd say whether you're operating in a firm or independently for 10 years or 5 years, you expect to have a certain amount of professionalism and knowledge that you bring to the table. And you have been doing this for a while. And you cover a few areas. Whether it is that you actually practicing it constantly or you assist in those areas.
Right.
And from talking to you over, I don't know, past couple of years, I must say publicly that I do recommend you for any proprietary matters.
Right.
And thank you for doing what you do.
You're welcome, sir. A pleasure.
Just go ahead and give people your contact information for me real quick.
Okay, sure. So my email address is my name, Owen, K, letter K, Ferguson, Ferguson, @hotmail.com. And telephone 876-840-5862. That's 876-840-5862.
Perfect. Thank you, bro.
Welcome, sir. I don't know if you'll have a show next week. Are you planning one? If
you know,
not,
on the fence. On the fence.
Of the season to you and to the listeners.
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah, much respect. Yeah,
It's
on the
Christmas
fence.
Eve, eh? Yeah. Well, either way, enjoy until we catch up again.
All right, man. Take care, Owen. Thank you very much.
Right,
Merry Christmas to you, although we'll talk off the air, but Merry Christmas to you, and we'll catch up. All the best to the family.
All right, brother. Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back.
Pulsey Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulse Media Group.
Roll out with Island Rock Music and have fun. Check out the quality apparel at islandrockmusic.com. Designed for you and your crew. Hear the music, feel the breeze, with selected tracks and more. Available now from the online store at islandrockmusic.com. islandrockmusic.com. Log on today and ride with us.
Stepping, these are roots vibrations. Stepping.
Are you crazy about the music industry? You aspire to hit it big in music? Or maybe you've sweated out a soulful killer beat and are now stuck finding it's not as easy as it looked. Oh, but it can be easy for you with JTMC. We've been there, we know how it feels, so we solve challenges like production, promotion, marketing, branding and development, and more. With over 30 years of experience, JTMC is a one-stop shop for artists. We handle your graphic design, writing services, PR, as well as event planning, e-blasts, artist management, and bookings, so also your website and social media needs as well. We're experts in using creativity to persuade audiences on behalf of artists, drawing on our diverse experience to create projects that connect with audiences intellectually and emotionally. Artist success is everything to us, and our years of experience and commitment will be behind you for every one of your needs. If you've got music for the world to hear, whether you're a new or established artist, visit us at jtmcenterprise.com.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
It's Christina representing for DJ Kevin. You see me, I say, I don't know the boss. You see me, I say, DJ Kevin's Stew and the night shift radio show. Yo, it at the thing, turn up the thing loud. Whoa, DJ Kevin's Stew at the heart of a champion. Never underestimate, just choose him. The silver line behind the dark clouds. DJ Kevin's Stew, believe him, and that's no doubt. Salute the night shift radio show, Christina. It's a hot it up, loud.
When I'm in your arms, it's like I'm in another world. No, I can't deny this love that I have for you. My baby, baby, my one and only. Nobody's gonna love you like I do. Baby boy, I can't resist your kiss and tenderness. Even when you're away, you know I never diss. It's funny how I thought I'd never be around. Thought I'd never hold you down. But baby, me and you forever. When bad man come, we're laughing together. The only one that I need is you. This love that I give is true. And baby, no one's gonna love you like I do. No, no, never. The haters, they don't wanna see me and you grow together, but I'm down. for each other. Life can't get no better with you. I can see much clearer with you. No better love out there than this, I swear. And anytime you need me, baby, call me. I'll be a genie in a bottle, always pick you up when you're down. Never wanna see you wearing a frown, no, no. Me and you forever. When bad man come, we're laughing together. The only one that I need is you. This love that I give is true. And baby, no one's gonna love you like I do. No, no, never. The haters, they don't wanna see me and you grow together, but I'm down for you. And you're down for me. Baby, yes, I'm down for you. We are down for each other. Life can't get no better with you. I can see much clearer with you. No better love out there than this, I swear. Baby boy, I can't resist your kiss and tenderness. Even when you're away, you know I never diss. It's funny how they thought I'd never be around, thought I'd never hold you down. But baby, me and you forever. When bad man come, we're laughing together. The only one that I need is
The sound of Shanika,
that I give is
a track called Like I Do,
no one's gonna love.
courtesy of J Vibe Music Productions.
No, no, never. And haters, they don't
I want to say thanks to Pulse Media Group for sponsoring this previous segment. When being in the moment is priceless, give them a call, 754-999-6020. They got the hookup for you. When you call them, just remember my name, yeah?
always pick you up when you're down.
I tell them Kevin Stew sent you.
In a frown, no, no.
This segment here is brought to you courtesy of GMAC Music Solutions,
Man, come, we're laughing together.
providing you with PA systems, audio engineers, DJs, musicians, singers.
And baby, what
GMACmusicsolutions.com,
I'm in another
754-307-GMAC, 754-307-4622.
for you.
And of course,
My baby, baby.
tell them they heard it here. The night shift to DJ Kevin Stew.
I just gonna love you like I do.
Right now I present to you the one and only, the legendary. Some of you have been waiting and waiting with bated breath. Wait no more. Ladies and gentlemen, no stranger to the night shift, but it has been a minute. I present to you my uncle, and I can claim him because we have the same last name. Willie Stewart, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey. Yes, son. Yes, sir. Uncle, nephew. That's correct. Man is doing a great job on radio. Very unique and very needed, sir. Very needed. Congratulations on the work you're doing and the more work you're going to do.
Much
Because
respect,
it's
much
very
respect.
needed. The financing, everything, because boy, there's so much distractions out there that we have to focus, we have to focus.
Yeah, I try to keep it simple, Three basic things, and I relate to my life. Are the three basic things that, well, four, that I use on this show. Community and finance, that's two.
Mhm.
Health, which happens on a Tuesday night. And interpersonal relationships, which happens on a Wednesday night. So I incorporate those things because those are the things that are important in my life. And I use that as my show base.
Right.
So much respect.
It's a very important thing because you're living the truth and how you live your life. And today is a different life living that we're being exposed to. Yeah, in the world. I can't believe we reached to such a. But Missy, my main worry, Kevin, is not so much for like me, the older people who had seen life, but for the youth them that I see now every day, is that I worry about them because I get a chance. God has given me a chance to be able to go into the schools, broad schools, Miami-Dade, and see from kindergarten, well, elementary, middle, high, university, and see the different quality, the different children, the different situation. And I've dealt a lot with at-risk kids.
Right.
But you know, all children are at risk. What I came to conclusion is that the rich one them don't see parents half the time. So they crave the love because they see like the chauffeur, person who take care of them.
The nanny, yeah.
But parents are so busy, so they have everything they can buy, but just that interpersonal love sometimes is not no fault with the parents because they're doing what they're going to do, but the child feels, so they get very sad. So
right.
There's a sadness. You have the at-risk kids, which I don't really believe in that risk name and all that, because to me that no area code should be a reflection of where a child can attain. Every child should be able to dream. And
right.
In every stratosphere, we call it middle class or whatever, all the schools have their different at-risk problems. So what I've come to the conclusion that all kids of all color is at risk in all different ways. And if we look at it in a broader sense, they're at risk even from where they're going to go, because the world that is ahead is one that is very challenging, and computer and things is good because everything is instant, but
right.
we have lost interpersonal skills.
Yet we can't communicate with each other.
Right, the art to communicate I mean, let's face it, you have kids in the same house sitting beside each other, and the computer, them using their cell phone to play games, communicate. And how you hear all of them laugh one time and say, what that? All of them have the same joke.
Right.
So it's a way of communicating, but we've lost that the side of communication that makes people be able to communicate with people. This means there'll be no communication with families in the future if we don't watch
the
it.
The connection is digital.
Connection of being able to talk to, when you was younger, you talk to an older person, and the wisdom that you get.
Yes.
It helps you in life. You add them things that when man I talk to you a certain way, or auntie I talk to you, or older lady I talk to you, you remember it because it touched you and you say, wow, your wisdom there,
Yes.
Like, and I keep on saying that even people my age and all everything will have to still talk to the youth then, because in them they might not seem like they're listening, but deep down they are.
But from time gone by, knowledge was passed on by way of stories.
Right, very true.
Whether it be a fictional story that gives you that teaches that has a moral at the end of it, or a real life story from which you can learn from someone else's experience.
True.
So it's what we need to constantly be doing, talking to each other, face to face, preferably. But that is. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, but whichever means that we can do it now, actually talk to each other. This technological age is good and it's bad. It enables us to talk to each other across millions of miles. Well, I don't want to going that far to talk to the astronauts, but it works. So hundreds of miles across the globe, you can talk to anybody within seconds.
Yes.
And you can see them also. There are people watching watching on my website on kevinstew.com and people listening in the UK.
Yes. Well, this is the beauty about it. I mean, the world has become one village.
Right.
And it's beautiful. But at the same time, everybody what I found in life, and you can share and tell me your view of this, I find that everybody wants to be a news reporter. And then you can see that Facebook. Look at Facebook.
Social
and everybody
media.
wants to play music. The computer.
But guess what?
Everybody's out playing and going and doing that. So in everybody, there's that creative force to sum up a situation and report it. And there's that situation where people want to play music, they go on a computer and think. And the music today have a sound, and you them go about it, and
Yes.
it's like it become a phenomenon. But to be truthful, I have to deal with it every day. But what I find is that some of the hits that come, there's a couple of unique ones, but a lot is playing drum machines, and the beat is sometimes it's okay, but there's no substance to it. So the phenomenon lasts a few weeks.
Yes.
I used to some of the children jump up in the way, they go crazy. They want there's something else in the music because you don't hear it like the days of where we know where music was an art. Well, most of the hits they actually take two songs. It's like you might miss a match. You have this rhythm there, and they're already platinum or double platinum, and you put it together. You must get a hit, and then put something on top of it.
Right.
But it become new to the youth. But by mixing it and then put a drum machine on it, and then put a different voice over, what you're getting is the ingredients of hit already. That's just making it a bigger hit in a sense.
Right.
But you don't find a lot from scratch. We have lost the unfortunately, says we have lost the creation where musicians come together. And what caused that is because years ago, I would say in the end of the 70s, going in the 80s, when the drum machine was invented, I knew the guy was Lynn, called Lynn Drum Machine, and he really invented it for the reason that a songwriter could have a beat to write to.
Right.
But what happened now, it started to take over and become a sound. And this is, many people might know this. The first drum machine that was recorded was when we the clap. Had to play live over it. So with Stevie Wonder, we went in the studio and recorded Try Your Love with Third World. And when we recorded that song, he says, "Oh, let me try out this," and he played it. But he mixed it in a way. When he played it like a percussive track.
Okay.
And believe me, I had to sit with that track. One take, it was done. Try Your Love, boom. And that was the first time I think Lynn was introduced. But the drum machine came in Timmy Thomas song. They used some kind of Roland or something. Timmy Thomas, I forgot his name or something, but it's Timmy Thomas song. And thing. But that was one of the first time with a modern drum machine started. And that was about 1981.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. The knowledge. How many people knew that? And I won't ask Marlon, because Marlon will probably know that.
but what happened is that it started there. Well, I think, and what happened is that when we went, like in Jamaica now, man start use it and test it out. And we went into the Simmons drum machine, which Sly introduced, and we played that. That mashed up a lot of man's hand, because the Simmons is a flat surface, but when you hit it, you get a piece of like concrete.
Yeah.
So it could keep carpal tunnel. Some people got it from it. So you're young, realize I hit it. And then we went to the D drum, which was much better. The D drum, Sly also introduced that, and that became a sound in a lot of those 80s hits. It's like, and then what really manipulated was the Akai machine, drum machine. That took over everybody. Every Jamaican, everybody started to use that, and that became a sound.
That was what they started using on the sound systems.
MPC 60, when they recorded, yeah man, the MPC 60, and it came the 2000 and the 3000. I had to use them because after a while, you had to balance it. But you find the live sound started to go away. And I think that's when, then what happened now, economics. I will say something to you. All the jazz artists, the real jazz artists, never used the electronic way they played. All the rock acts, pure plays. Latin guys, most of them, pure live things. But the Caribbean musicians could not afford to be paying musicians. So they start to become a man with a keyboard, and we have a drum machine, and the drum machine who use it, they become the everything. everything they did it, so it became nearly a one-man idea. That's why you found later on that there's so much producers, because you have to use so much producers to get the different sound. When if you had musicians in the old days that come together, as Quincy Jones said, in that moment, each person represents 1 million people. So if I put a thing in, maybe 2 million people would have think that way. So you have more people contributing, which is how music was, and contributing their ideas spiritually and musically. So what happened then, and then another thing that go up on it now is that the voicing with this, they have the thing, the correct voicing nowadays has become a sound.
Yes.
You use record. It's called I can't remember what it's called, but they use it now to correct the pitch of voice.
Auto-tune.
But auto-tune. You see.
Yep.
Technically.
See, Marlon in the chat room is saying that is where we went wrong. We started going digital.
The auto-tune now make people who cannot sing on key.
Yes.
When it's a live show.
There you go. Everybody popped down.
So it popped down. 1 and 2, it become a synthetic sound. So that is in your brain.
Yes.
So the synthetic sound is not good for you. And the electronics is not good for you. That's why the voice was one of the pure things. And the drum, let's go from Africa. The drum and the voice. Why do you think beats is so? Everybody, even the machine have a beat. It's a beat. A rule now is really the rhythm. African people that dance African rhythm. None of beats. You understand?
Right.
So that's what no, but it's too much electronics. So people go back to live shows now. Because they miss that. What if you go into a show, and I'm not knocking it, everybody going to do them thing, and you're going to listen to tracks, and the man will go sing on tracks. No better me sit down in my living room and enjoy electronic. And the big video, put on the big videos like me there at the concert.
You know.
But what you want to see is man a sweat, and you see that, and I'm going to them thing, and you see it and capture it. That is what touch hearts and spirits and minds. We have lost this.
Just this past weekend.
We're not musicians. We are not doing our job, which is supposed to be able to, when we play, to smooth the people's mind, to take them in a place away from the hostility of life, to bring them in a place of a special place that they can remember and feel happy for that time. That is what a musician's job is. When in play, it's like they mesmerize. They put them in a thing of they want to dance, they feel happy. They put them in a mood of reflection, a mood of the backdrop of their life. We are losing what we came here to be as musicians. And this is one of the main problems. Another thing that we are looking at. Listen, when you reach a certain age in life, you become a grandfather. You can't expect to be a star all your life if you was one. I don't believe anybody's a star. You grow, you mature, people appreciate, and you give back. We're not giving back to the youth them as we should.
Right.
We have to look at things of how we can change them, how we can pass on our knowledge. You can't keep away with dead with it. It's very important that we give back. So we're not giving back educational-wise. Like you said, that same thing when we talk. So everybody's staying up here, and we're not looking at saying, what we're doing for education, to go into university to play, to talk about our music in a way. We get the destination now from the other day, from UNICEF.
Yes.
Or from UNESCO, whatever.
UNESCO,
we
yes.
get the whole thing of reggae. And in Jamaica, you can barely hear reggae music.
Listen, I was in Jamaica
How does
recently.
one answer in life in that people and tourists come to hear reggae music
and hearing something else? Yeah, they're hearing something else. I was in Jamaica, albeit for a day, but I heard a bus drive by playing some music, and it was a bus full of tourists. And it wasn't reggae music that was playing in the bus.
Right.
And I'm like, seriously? I always hear people talking about this, but they're actually doing this?
You'd be surprised what's happening. And yet we've made it a destination of music, of our, if I can say, indigenous culture.
Mm-hmm.
That way to be a destination around the world. That the Honorable Babsy Grange can go to a convention and sing Bob Marley's song and have the whole place
everybody singing along.
And up. This is the hard work of musicians over the years.
Yes.
Started with Millie Small, started with Jimmy Cliff, come right up. Musicians who work, who when them go certain places, they can't even eat from the people them.
Mm-hmm.
People have sit outside, who work and go into the Europe, sit down on bus, not have nothing to eat half of the time, to move the music around the world.
Right.
To where it reached today. Have we really thanked them?
No.
Did that with them in any way? Some.
And the thanks that they get is
today.
little at best. The thanks that they get, God bless it.
Some musicians can't bury themselves when they're dead, and they contribute much to the sound of the thing, because Jamaica look on music as a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that, look at Sweden, them take ABBA and make it their national group.
Really?
Jamaica, long ago, yes, ABBA.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah, when everybody, they made it the national group, so everything they made was the national money years ago. So what me I say now is that if Jamaica did say, boy, this is a gold mine, we want the musicians to progress so we can bring one. Look at Sunsplash, look at Sunfest.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Them things that brought people, is a shows brought people to the island, besides the beauty of the island, everything.
Right.
If they invested more in working light, how they can work lights, from crew to excellent managers to music lawyers, and run the right. Even if a 10% came back to Jamaica to help Jamaica, it wouldn't be in problems, no. It wouldn't be.
This is true.
Because you would put in the music all over the world. You'll be putting out music. Everything you have, concerts will be happening back there and full. But the musicians have to go abroad to make it. And it's like, in Jamaica, and it's like, it's not there where it should be.
But yet still, when the musicians go abroad to make it, in Jamaica they are saying that they're not true reggae musicians,
or
they're not true reggae artists.
When we were there playing, and then the moment we went away, oh, Chuck, you watch it out, you got you. So how do you live? You can't live in Jamaica alone and say, boy, you're going to play somewhere where the economic basis is not there. When you go to Jamaica to play, you have to be able to understand and say, okay, this is it, you're earning abroad and you go through. But you're making a world thing. At the same time, Jamaica's been put on the map.
Right.
At the same time. But then you have to carry yourself a certain way when you do these things, as an ambassador or as a king of your thing, because what happens is that what you represent is more than just going out there to play. If you go out as a Jamaican, you have to represent yourself in every way, shape, and form that way.
Mm-hmm.
The musicians understand when they talk, word, sound, and power, as Peter Tosh used to talk about. What you say, people will follow you, and you can incite what you say can come to reality. So you have to be checking yourself of the words and lyrics you're giving the people as food. Would we eat garbage outside? Everybody want to eat good food.
Right.
The same thing. If you're going to do music, you have to know that these things can incite serious problems. So it should be from a young age, it should be put to musicians that you're responsible for what you say and how you do it. Because you can incite people from this.
Well,
so we should be aware of this.
Let me ask you this now, because when you take that kind of a perspective and you give that kind of insight as to the power of music, when you go out there and you do one of your workshops, is this the kind of base, knowledge base and thinking that you use when you are creating your workshop? And I ask you that because you have a few workshops that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to touch on a few of them starting pretty much. No, I want to say I am kind of doing two things here. I am saying thanks to GMAT Music Solutions for that previous segment. And I am saying thank you to JTMC for sponsoring this segment. And big ups to Joanna Marie in the stew pot.
Joanna Marie.
Yeah.
In the chat room there?
She is.
Enough love to Joanna Marie. I've known her for years, and to Tony, everybody, and the family. You know, big up.
And I want to apologize to anybody that was expecting to hear their ads run, but this conversation kind of important. So we're breaking protocol and we're continuing. She says hi, Willie. Big ups to guest 818 also in the pot. Joanna says hi, Willie.
Yeah, man. As I said, enough love back to her. All the best for the season. And I want to see her on my show.
See?
She have to come to the show. I got to tell everybody. She have to come.
We'll talk a little bit more about the show a little bit later on.
Yeah. All right. What were you talking about with the workshop?
Yes.
Well, what happened is that as a musician, I'm being in third world for, I think, the better of 21 years.
Mm-hmm.
What I learned from that is that you get to play a style of music with a great set of guys, of man them. I don't put man them, not guys. Man.
Individuals.
I just say guys on ship.
Right.
But the man them, you know?
Right.
We work, and it was a team of brothers, and it was really excellent. So we got through that, and then now I leave, and it's not like you can go into Stevie Wonder band or Santana, you know?
Right.
You know, say you have to reshape yourself now. This is where you have to look at the economics. You have to look at yourself. So, what do I really have? I've been a drummer. I've had the experience of playing. Well, if I go my history, play within a circle, had my own Van Visions, played in Byron Lee, and then went into third. Played in Happiness, and then went into Third World. And I'm saying, okay, where do I go from here? And by some reason, I had to go to England, and because I was, as you know, I was born in England,
right,
and went to Jamaica when I was 11, and I see, you know what happened. I went back to England with a different view to play some music over there to create, but God never wanted that way, because even Ibu came back when Ibu left the same time with me, and he came over there, and we started to work with Jetstar, you know, Mr. Palmer,
yes, with
the songs for him. In fact, I should have really had some nice songs with a guy called Nereus Joseph. I must bring that track up, really get excellent. But it wasn't to happen. And what happened is that I started to look around and saw in the paper where them said that if you're a musician of a certain age, I think I was about 40 or something like that, you must apply, because if you want to work with kids, you know. Right. And so I did interview, and I got through. And it was like, must have 3,000 people must enter, musicians from all over England. And I picked like 200 people to be part of the course. And I got a chance to do the course, which is a music facilitator course. It took me a year and a half to finish it. But why? It was because you got all the different, and that's what I get to do. Well, I had it in my mind already, but to do different workshops. And they had me working in places like you say, Bretton Hall, which is like their Berkeley. I was doing that before I even knew I passed the exam. I brought Ibu up to, and we did a whole thing on reggae music, a workshop on how to play, and it was a whole 3 days, and it was incredibly successful. And they told me after, oh, you came first, and you passed everything. And they wanted me to work in Brixton, where I would run about 300 people as an administrator. I make some very good money.
Right.
But I never wanted that, because if you do that, I wouldn't be able to play again. So, you know, it's for administration and things like that. I said, no. So I came over to here, to America, and started to work at Sunrise at Carter Park with the children. And from then I grew with pharma companies. And so anyway, let me cut the long story short. To the principal part that you said. To be a music facilitator, it was different. When you play your music as a musician, you play your style. People come to see you and your group.
Right.
You can play as is, you enjoy yourself, and that is you. You play and you bring the people them. You're giving the best show you can give them. Move them soul, move them heart, love it, energy, boom.
Right.
Being a music facilitator, you take a back seat. I am there to facilitate the best out of the person, to surprise them, what they didn't even think they had. So it's a different way of thinking, because how I look at it, there's a child in every person, regardless if there's 190 or 6.
Right.
You have to bring out that child out of them. And music does that. Music creates that energy that they get excited, especially when it's in drums. The heart, the beat, you have a heartbeat, you have
right.
a pulse. When them sit drum, they get excited, the more I go through. And by playing together, and listen, there are neuroscientists that has written many stories about this. How, instead of take a tablet, do a drum circle, play the drums, the endorphins, everything. It does something to your brain. It brings you back together, unites you. And you come up feeling happy, like you did a run and you feel a runner's high. So,
yes.
So by doing that, I find with the same thinking as you said, let me go back to the thing you said, the thought wave of that you're doing that. So I give a little Jamaica with the same ambassador situation. Mm-hmm. With the children and teaching. So one of my workshops is called Rhythms in Conversation. And I find people stop talking because of the same internet. People stop talking to each other. And so Rhythms in Conversation is when you play. I do it for communities, and I do it for when you do after, like you do it for recreational use.
After school care, out of school time.
And recreational for families and communities.
Okay.
And
Okay.
They learn to play and interact. Because some people don't even talk to some people.
Right.
So by doing that and playing, they start laughing. And the whole team of strangers become like one. I see it over and over again. The same thing when I do workshops in team building, like I'll be doing coming up, Baptist Health, having 1,200 people. I'll be doing a workshop with them where they're having a retreat for the whole day in January. And I am going there to facilitate 35 minutes called The Magic of Baptist. So they bought these tubes. I don't know if you see my workshop. You see some of them.
The yellow tubes.
They look, yellow and red and all them. They look like plum tubes there, right? But they're different colors and different sizes and tuned differently.
Right,
so
right.
by time that is my thing where they can it relieves stress. Is a stress reliever because for them to play together as unity, becoming like an orchestra, and these people get a chance to play like an orchestra, who are non-musicians,
right?
But they find themselves playing and realize, wow, in harmony, as one. So it's incredible. And when you do games with them, you learn the different percussive games. They get excited, and when they do it, say thank you. I've also used it for drug relief, where people are, they're in rehabilitation, and I've worked with Recovery Place, and I've done 5 times a year. I would go on holidays, and so when the staff are off, that'd be a treat for them. And some woman said that for years, she thinks she ever get high off drugs, but she never know music could give her something, but she never had a headache, but she was on a beautiful high. So she went by a drum, country the beating it. So there's a lot of joy in it, In Africa, the drum had many aspects to it. We have lost that coming into the Western world. But here was the joke now. In Carolina, you have other people bringing the drum from Africa, learning how to rope it, and having drum circles by the water.
In Carolina?
Big time, yes, big time. Hold on, waiting with reggae on the river for years. You hear about reggae on the river?
Yeah.
You know, see about the big one and thing like that. When anything happen, when they go there and they go in and make tents and have drums a beat, and then you have Jimmy Cliff third world, steel pulse, playing for 4 days, 5 days, and everything. You think back with the people going on and everything, enjoying themselves like the community, like you do in Africa. That is what 20. So now they catch on to it more.
Right.
So the drums, as I said, the neuroscientists. You just look up just look up drumming neuroscientists and see what the neuroscientists say that is a new thing to play an instrument, to play drums, do something like now if they're discovering more, they're doing more research. So it says they take a tablet, play a drum, the headache will go. It builds up your immune system. The pain blockers inside you come out. It's amazing. And we don't even know half of the things and results that happened. Anyway, go ahead, so the next question.
So in your workshops, these are typical of the benefits that you've heard attendees coming back, giving feedback on getting the natural highs, the better mood, the better communication with their peers, whether it be in the workplace or in the community that they live. They're all coming back and saying music has helped them to do this by way of this workshop, of whichever other workshops they were in, whether it be journey of drums or rhythms of conversation, whichever one.
Or journey of drums, rhythms of conversation, motivational team building for corporate America. All of them come back that people when they do their their evaluations or their feedback, it's always, boy, I had a great time. I couldn't believe that this was. I could believe it. I never know I could do this. I feel happy. I feel energized. Wow, it does. And that is the job that you realize that just by playing, people get energized. And I've brought it. Well, I can say God, not me, but God has helped me to bring it to a stage where through that I can put them through. So how I look at it is that the brain. You talk because you have a lot of intellectual people. So when you deal with them first, you talk to them on the talk drum, which is from Nigeria, Yoruba tribe, and you tell them this was a modern cell phone. They say, what? What do you mean it's not a cell phone? I said, well, this was a communication. 7-8 miles away, people could hear it and pass it on. And that's how the village created. I tell about the djembe. The djembe was a ceremonial, another drum. That was a very, Alatunji was a master drummer. He brought this drum to America, and he taught many people. And so now the djembe is the most popular drum. But that was the Mali Empire. Used that drum for healing and for special occasions. And so when it caused unity, it's a drum of unity. Each one had a style, each one had a purpose. And when people come to the workshop, you start talking about the history and play the different drums. And this is what the intellectual will take and say, wow. Then you move to games, they start hit the drum. Wow, that's nice. So they start get physical. They start playing and getting. And when you're done, you have them dancing. So when you have had them cerebral, if I'm saying the right word, and it goes in and then bam, straight and start dancing. And they start laughing and it take away stress from them.
So just anybody listening right now that can do so, and if you want to ask Willie a question or comment on something that he's doing, 773-789-STEW is a number to get you in touch. 773-789-7839. And you can text also, but of course I also encourage you to jump on into the stew pot, kevinstew.com. Alright?
The two stews.
Right, there's a lot of stewing going on tonight, yeah.
Willie Stewart.
Me.
Every type of stew here.
and this is a whole music stew right here.
I'm telling you.
Willie, so here we go. You do workshops, and each of these workshops, let me walk us through a little bit, real quick. Which workshops you do for which groups, whether it be age group or demographic group, being school or corporate or just community. Okay. Which do you do for?
The first workshop let's say corporate will be called motivational stress reduction workshop, team building workshop for corporate America.
Okay.
And I have done Bank of America, top advisors. They had a big thing in Biscayne. I've done them where you go in and you take in like 350 of them, and we take the drums, and the same thing, introduce it quickly, have them play games and have them play samba, introduce them to Jamaican music, have them sing along, mentor. Yeah. But all of them are similar, but you change them here and there. The one that is different too is one called Journey of Drums, because we don't give them instruments, because what it entails when I do Corporate America and Reasons of Conversation is that I take the instruments, all the drums. It entails we bring in a truck, moving crew. It takes me 3 hours to set up, moving all the things, them sound, everything. And my setup becoming like 3 band in 1. 2 drum set, this all instruments. I'm introducing the instruments. I'm playing them at the same time. And then I have them come up and dance. Like they might dance to, I will tell them about the drum, Dumbek, Darbuka from North Africa. And you have to do, the Egyptian dance.
Right.
Or belly dance, So they get, and so I do a team, a competition. It can be with 5 young ladies or 5 women and 5 men. And they will both dance at the same time, and their peers will pick who win, and then we'll come down to 1. Seems like how Africa would do it. And they have a ball. They laugh at each other and they get through, and it's unbelievable. Then I'll have them come as section leaders too. Some of them will come up and do what I do. When I do the thing and do the lead and the different...
Right.
They would copy the rhythm, and then they would do... And people came up with some unbelievable, on the spot, unique stuff. I learned from it. So it is great. Some of them might have a drum where I play, and I say, listen, you play a beat. And I say, it's similar to the workplace. You come, you're on the phone, and you need to get $500,000 from this company. And this guy who was a CEO had a bad day, his wife, whatever, the night before, and one of the day, and you have to stay on your course. You have to be polite, but you cannot stay off. You have to stay on it. And how I do it with music is that I make them play a beat, and I try and play a beat to counteract them. So they have to stay focused.
Throw them off.
And yeah, a lot of them stay with it. Unbelievable. So they have to make a beat and keep it going and stay there. Don't listen to my beat that's going off. And this is what strengthens the thing. And at the end of the day, I have them doing conga line around the place. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Nice.
And let's say I went to Jamaica about 5 years ago, and I did Jamaica Money Market Brokers. I did it at JC. They had the whole place there. There was about 400. With that, I had to bring my drums. Plus, I had to get everybody's drums who had spare drums and congas. So everybody got a drum. You can imagine it. You can imagine some of the things
that's a major undertaking.
Some of those, that was a major undertaking. Some of them drums there, you can imagine when them hit it, what come out it. It was marvelous. But there's videos. If they look at Willie Stewart on Facebook, YouTube, William J. L. Stewart, they can see JM. It's up there. It's on my videos. There, on all the workshops is there.
So that's the motivational team building stress
That's the motivational.
reduction.
And let's go to the schools now. The school is called Journey of Drums. Again, I set up. It takes me 2 hours, but through my non-profit, Embrace Music Foundation, whatever I get, I do free to the schools. So I go into the schools. It could be an elementary school. It could be a high school. It could be a middle school. Right. And I would go in there, and they would have to provide back for me a feedback from the principal and science, so that we know we did it. And we do 45 minutes to 500 kids or 600 kids, and 45 minutes to another 600 kids. If it's 1,200, some are 1,400. Depends. Right. One time. So this is my mass workshop. But I set up from the stage, and then I have them come up and they can do the dance thing, and it's more educational and thing. But I will show them how to dance ska. I said that's how we did it then. Sing mentor. And the teachers would love it. It's like a break for them. And they see the children and say, boy, I never see the children react so. And these young children feel the music is even new. And so they move on, oh, I like it. That's wonderful. We never know so much drum exists. We never know the history. Because you see, the youth them thinks in bites. sound bites. Boom. So you have to be short. As you go something, boom, you have to go something else. You have to be moving. So they don't get too bored. You have to be moving on. And at the end of this, you have to say, well, and how I start that with it, I would do a drum solo. And I say, and play a beat. And I say, that from Drake and Rihanna, and all these things. But I said, where did it come from? And I said, what do you mean where it come from? And I said, see there, Africa. Some of the music came. This is where the top drum come in different drums. And I would do that. But that's 45 minutes, and at the end of the day, them all dancing, them have a ball. And then you have the rhythms of conversation, which is now more community-minded, where you have the children come and everybody, families, and you do that. And I did at the Perez Museum. I did twice there. In fact, I worked there 4 times, and it was fantastic. And that's also on my, I think I would have on Facebook or YouTube. You can see with the Perez Museum. Fantastic. 350 people each time, and there was every nation, and they had a ball. Jamaica Tourist Board was there. They sold out all of their, not sold out, but all of their brochures finished. They didn't have enough.
Nice.
Everybody want to go to Jamaica, because then you can see, this is the thing you can do to get people to feel a little bit of Jamaica. And then, we have the big program called Embrace Music Foundation, which we don't reach there yet.
No, so Embrace now. Right about there.
Yeah, it's a 501c3. In 2011, I formed that because after the idea, let me talk about Rhythms of Africa, which is another program, which is the biggest program in the sense that how it works is that, how it started is that I used to do workshops with musicians at Liberty City with a lady called Sandra Rivers. And we would work at Liberty City at Caliph Auditorium, which was a very famous auditorium in Liberty City. So in summer, they would have a thing called Magic Monday. And different people put on different shows. So I'd have to do my thing with musicians. And we'd play the journey of the drums coming from Africa to Brazil, to Trinidad, Jamaica, thing. And the children loved it.
Right.
And at that time, I was teaching individually. I used to teach about 35, 40 students a week. And I said to myself one day, you know what happened? I should make these children learn the different rhythms. And they play that part, and the musicians play along. And so we have 1,000 kids from all over Miami and Miami Bay. And them come in, they're there, and I had the children play. And when I saw the reaction, it's like them love it because they saw themselves playing.
Right.
And I say, you know, the musicians did the other part. And I say, one day I have to put Rhythms Africa together and call it that and do it. So I was doing it then as an experiment. And I got a chance to do the first one, 2011. I think that was in February, at Miramar Cultural Center, where we started there. And when we did it, it was free, you know. Listen, at 4:30, I'm not lying to you. It starts at 7:30, one show. The show have the line go down 3 times around the theater. It's full by 5:15, it's full up. And, and about 1,000 people turned back, couldn't get into the show. And everybody's saying, who's this guy? What is this? What's happening? And they loved it. I did that first, and then after that, I had a CEO that worked there. He used to work for Miramar. And he said to me, boy, he's the one that got me to get the grant to do it. And they just opened the theater, so we were the first one to open it. Well, one of the first in the time.
Right.
And then, okay, he said, boy, listen, you know, I'm going to apply to Knight Foundation. Knight now is the biggest, well, in outer Miami, but Knight Foundation is really the big ones who give $4 or $5 million. They keep the arts going at the Asian Arts Center and everywhere, ballet and everything. So he said, listen, this is like the lottery. I've been trying for about 5 years, never got through, but let's try it. No harm in doing it, but let's see what happens.
Right.
And we put up, it was a competition. They call it, it was their competition that they had where you put in and 1,500 people go in and they pick the best. Well, we got through. I think, I'm not sure we were the first Jamaicans to get that grant. And I got 25,000 then, and I was able to put a concert and train kids in Lauderdale Lakes School and have them play at Parker Playhouse. It was unbelievable. And that year I played at Bailey Hall but we played Parker Players, and then in January I got another grant from them, and I got to play at Asian Arts Center, where I worked with Miami-Dade kids, and we had to work in the parks. And because there was about 5 schools, and they couldn't get the to coordinate it, so Big Brothers and Sisters was a coordinator, and we had a park in Coconut Grove called Varick Park, and we practiced there, 60 of them, and boss. You see, when I got a chance to play at Asian Arts Center, they were nervous. And these kids were like on the verge of going, some of them, to jail. Because they didn't want to go to school. And we train them, but we train them with love. We treat them with love. We got sponsorship from Grace. We brought lunch, snacks.
Right.
And they played in the park. And people came on and watched them and started to develop confidence. And when they play at Asian Arts Center, you could see like a veil came from them. They said, I'm worth something. It changed their life. There's all videos on that. So
tell me real quick. Have you gotten any of the stories of or from any of those that were these quote unquote at risk children prior to the workshop? No, where they have gotten, you hear any of them contributing their change to any of these workshops?
Well, they started to say, even on the video, that some you see that there's some, because they taped them, and some of them said that they were introvert, they never was, but the Rhythms of Africa showed them to socialize, and now they feel they can go out there, and say they learned discipline, they learned to focus. Some people didn't go to education, they could concentrate after. So these feedbacks came after, and on my page, one of my pages called Rhythms of Africa, is really most of the students in the past, and they want a reunion. Every one of them want to come and say, are they better than us? Someone said that was the best day in their life. It's the best thing that happened to them. They can never forget, because you see the experience of them training them, like I train them like 3 hours, but maybe it'd be over maybe some 14 hours, sometimes 24 hours, sometimes 30 hours of training.
In total?
Once a week. In total.
Right.
In that time slot, they don't see the whole picture. But you see, when they go to show and see the great musicians and the technical things, all that, and they say, wow, it's like they're mesmerized. So it's something in their life that they will experience. And my thought is this, because Embrace is to keep music in schools. We're saying make the whole child, not half of a child. Give them the music, because listen, some of our children don't learn the normal way. Right. Most kids learn. But they can remember
the quote unquote
30 rap songs word for word.
Yes.
That means they have a learning of their own way. Right. So I even tell the teachers, I said, listen, you don't have to be a musician to play percussive games. Just start a beat and say this, and thing, and they start playing. They will go into that frame of happiness where they retain. When that happens, you say, listen, they want to continue. Say, listen, we can continue, but learn your science. Watch how quick them learn the science. Or maths, geography, or whatever it is, social studies. So by association, they go into that mode of happiness where they do hear and retain. Right. That's how it's done.
Right.
You know? So knowing this, you go into different students and the thing. So they learn, and some of them say, boy, it changed their life because of the caring, because of the staff that's with us, and because of that one concert. A lot of people say, why bother with the concert? You train them and done. No, the concert is like that's the change. Because they're training. It's a graduation. Because they're training, and it's like it comes to fruition right there. They say, wow. So, and why so sharp? Because I'm making a statement there. If they can sound like this, at this, with only 3 months, what about 2, 3 years, 4 years? If they did it, they could be economically sufficient. They could survive, and they could help people. You know. So, why our job is to keep music in schools and the community, and things. You know, and fortify them. You know, really try and give every child, even if they don't want to be a musician, one aspect of their life to experience. the greatness of music.
Right. Rhythms of Africa is coming up in a matter of weeks.
Yes.
I'm actually displaying the flyer right now on the broadcast.
Right. Yes.
Tell us a little
Rhythms
bit.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. As I said, it started at Caliph Auditorium, we ended up Miramar. We went to Asian Arts Center. When we worked with Big Brothers and Sisters, they were so impressed because remember the CEO, Dale, and I think there was another lady she was the president, never saw the children in rehearsal. She didn't only hear about it. So when they went to the show, it was full because it was one of Asian Arts Family Fest. And so they might have sit there at the back. So when them come and see the kids, them could not believe it. So they were going to bring in Foo Fighters to play for their Grand Gala.
Right.
And what it would cost them would be tremendous. And the man said, listen, no, we want our kids to play. And it was one of the best galas. There was about 700 people that went to the gala. They transformed the whole of American Airlines Arena into an oasis of an island. I've never seen it in one day. I've never seen it in my life. And the children played with as a part of Rhythms of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Tear it down. The people get up and could not believe that's their kids.
Nice.
And DJI was crossed right on the other side of the stage and thing. And so these transformative things happen. I did Handy Kids. We played at Bailey Hall. I did Parker Playhouse. And I worked with Somerset twice. 2 or 3 years ago, we played at Miramar again. Because at the first one, because so much people never get this show, I said, boy, I hold Miramar. And I went back there. And we brought Carrot, God bless his soul, you know he's gone from Third World.
Yeah.
Artie Boo, Arthur Tapping. And it was an incredible show at Miramar, 2 shows. And then now, January gone, we do it again. And I said, boy, if we could maintain, never realize that both the children exceeded past the past students. And these were Somerset kids again. And the musicians that I used were phenomenal. The people could not stop. They could not believe that something could exist like this with dancers, musicians, put together. Everybody was saying it should tour. And me talking about it really mean nothing because me is in it.
Right,
but
right,
this
right.
is the I can get. People say no. People say I'd pay not $25. I'd pay all $180, $80, $60, $100 to come see a show like this. Them leave fulfilled. Because Rhythms of Africa, short journey from Africa. We're not saying we are African players playing. What we're saying is this. We give, in the front, we give tribute to Mother Africa for our ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're saying is that the rich diaspora, as the influence of Africa, this is the music that we have. Both even Cuba, all of them, we play all styles. So we start with Nigeria, we start with going to Ghana, we go to North Africa, we go to South Africa. Then bam, we hit. We're coming maybe to Cuba. And then we go to Brazil. No, we go Cuba, Puerto Rico, then Brazil. Right? We're moving in. Then we move into Jamaica. New Orleans, then Jamaica. Then we hit Trinidad, touch on the way Barbados, and then we come right there in America, Florida. So it's a very beautiful journey. You sit in your seats and you travel all of these places and you don't move out your seat. But you can't stop. You move out your seat only to dance. From the baby 2-year-old to up to 8-year-old having a ball because we play everything and there's at least one person authentic to that music. But as a group, I pick the musicians that have a heart which they're supposed to be. The musicians that play, they love what they do. So they inspire the children who's on stage. And they inspire the audience. And so there's this love going from right, left to center from everybody.
How many musicians do you have playing in Rhythms of Africa?
I have, with all musicians and artists, I'd say the better of 16.
16.
And dancers about 2 or 3. But
And
there is a team of musicians that each one is special. Like, let's say, Tessie Porter. She's American, but she's like Aretha. So when she sings the true You hear that soul.
Right.
Nicole Yarlin, she's a master violinist and she's a jazz blues singer. But when she sing her thing, you're getting the real thing. Jesse Jones is a legend on the sax and he sings too. You get that part. Bobby Rose in Jamaican, but have that style, that country style. You can't miss. Authentic. Q, the new Jamaica singer, young, vibrant. Him come and him bring a spirit there that you say, wow, but he can sing any style and sing Earth, Wind and Fire. You say, wow, genius. Selena sing all languages. She's fluent. Her voice is unbelievable. When she sings, it's like you have to listen. Professional to the touch. But she sings Spanish too. So that brings the Spanish part. So that brings us showing that part. You see, my daughter sings. She'll sing Redemption song. People cry.
Yeah.
So each person that we use,
big ups, Leah.
The specialist, we use Dr. Charles on guitar. Bobby Rose played guitar too. Leroy has played with every band, including Third World, all the greats. Master keyboard player. Vinnie Hamilton, MD, music director, incredible young youth.
Yeah.
But when he plays,
phenomenal.
It's unbelievable. Bassman is Buju Bassman. Frank Bird.
Frankie.
Him hold it down in every style. You have to do nothing. I think we use a Cuban percussionist who I find is a gentleman. Him older, but he's a master, and him love the kids. Carlos Planas, incredible. And then I bring with the kids that are new that we teach. We bring section leaders, like from the last school, Somerset. I might bring 5 students from on the left-hand side because of their exceptional playing. They come play along, but they become section leaders. And I'll have maybe 3 Nani, who she's great on djembe and everything. And you have this guy called Miguel, who I also taught, but he's a percussionist, incredible. He will come to as special, as players along with it.
So this upcoming installment of Rhythms of Africa, when, where, how much, and how many playing individuals can paying patrons expect to see and on the stage?
Well, all right. First of all, it's Saturday, January 19th, 2019, and how you can know is that Martin Luther King weekend is that weekend. So we celebrate Martin Luther King, no better than bring it in. And so it's a holiday weekend. So now we have no excuses. You can sleep late Sunday, Monday you have off. So when you're done tired, you just sleep well. You don't have to take no, what you call the thing again, when you take, there's a blue tablet you have to take to sleep sometime. Many people have when you reach a certain age. You just go sleep and sleep like a baby.
Right.
You're going to dance till you can't dance no more. So it's Saturday, January 19, 2019. 2 shows, 3 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Admission, $25, and children 12 and under is $15. It's going to be at Pembroke Pines. Let me be clear with this. Not Miramar Cultural Center. I've done that 3 times, and I call it on my Miramar family. I love it. But I live in Pembroke Pines. So there's a reason, when I got talking, why we are bring culture to Pembroke Pines. So I want one of my Jamaican, Caribbean, and everybody come and support it. Now, this is where people don't know. West Broad High School Theatre, the high school itself, is like a university. They have their own television station. They have their own veterinarian system, where they have their own nursery, where children can learn all trades. It's huge. Their theatre is like Miramar and or bigger. It is one level, and it is a wonderful, beautiful theatre. So in near US 27, it's at the end of Pembroke Pines near 208th Street. It's 500 Northwest 209th Avenue, Pembroke Pines, Florida 33029.
Right.
It's a beautiful theatre. So going there, they can expect seeing at least 16 different musicians playing. They're going to see the journey I talked about. They will see dancers, and they're going to see 25 to 30 kids playing samba, playing Jamaican Nyabingi, playing reggae samba, playing African, playing Latin, along with the musicians playing. The show going to be about 1 hour, 50 minutes, and it consists of every type of music. So people say, oh, Why should I pay that to come and see some kids playing drums? You're not seeing some kids playing drums. They're integral part of it. But you're seeing a show that is a phenomenon of its own. And when it comes to the Jamaican part, it even extends more, because Jamaica Tourist Board is behind us as one of our sponsors. And when we go there, we put on a Jamaican hat, and you get a full Jamaica. If you never go to Jamaica for a long time, you just have to laugh and ball and enjoy every moment. Kind of going a thing. We go Trinidad, and we make your soca. You're going to move. And if we go to New Orleans, you're going to feel that second line drumming. And when we do the jazz part, you feel that too on the blues. And you're going to feel the pop song. And we have things like reggaeton for the young people. So it caters to everybody, both the youth and everybody. So when you come, you enjoy it. You feel, a lot of people say they feel high after the show for a week after.
Nice.
I've had company, and everybody that went to last show say it must tour. They can't believe. People who come for the first time say, boy, I thought it was just my kids. People come see their own picnic. Say, I can't believe that. I never know a show like this. I bring more people. We can't believe it.
And here's the opportunity to do that.
Here's the opportunity. You're going to it holds 800 people each, the show, and the hall, comfortable, nice, general seating. Because we can't with a seat. The reason how I got through there is because of the fact that I am a level 2 vendor for the school board, and I did things for the school over the last 2 years.
Nice.
So I'm an allied group with them. So they've entrusted me to entrust their children to give them. And this one is a little different. Why again? Is because we have a cross section of children playing, all races. So this is a chance for us to, one, show our rich culture, for them to learn, because these might be the doctors and lawyers of tomorrow.
Right.
So I wouldn't call them at risk, but as I said before in my first argument here, that all children are at risk for different things. And they're learning something that they're going to say, wow, I might want to go to Jamaica, or I might want to go to Brazil, or, let me get it, broaden their mind, the social studies. And it's going to be something that they'll never forget. So going into the school is huge, because the school itself has a population, the students is 2,900.
Okay.
And
that's a big school.
Parents 6,000. But you know how it got already. True, they don't know exactly the level of concert.
Yes.
It's like, it takes time for them to see. But once it got through, boy, believe me, it's going to be something else.
Where can people get tickets?
You can get tickets of eventbrite.com. They can get the tickets, and tickets will be sold again, because we, on a whole, tend to buy tickets last minute. We've seen that in Miramar everywhere. With our sold-out concerts, we've seen that where it's always a last most of the time. But eventbrite.com, they can see the link and go straight to it, and they can buy tickets. The children tickets will be sold at the gate.
Okay.
They can get that.
Okay.
Or they can come to you if they want special tickets. They come talk to you, and we can tell them how they can get things. But the children tickets, and why we do that is because it already. Some people might want to buy the children tickets, and we can't verify if it's really a child under 12 or whatever.
Right.
So buy. And remember, when you support this, you're supporting the music of the community, one, and you're supporting us. If we want to give back some of the money from the nonprofit, we want to give back some to the Parent Teachers Association for scholarships for the school, and also to the principals, so he can use it to different clubs or what's needed to help the school. And also, some of the money we can use back to do free programs in other schools. So when we go there, we will do the journey of drums and what we do to answer certain things to the community where there's no charge to them to do it,
Right,
so that we can keep on elevating our youth everywhere through music. So
essentially, the admission from Rhythms of Africa goes back to
programming.
Preparing.
Yes.
Right, programming.
We're a program company. We don't have a big building, none of that. The concept is to go in and keep on going as much play. We want to go into Orlando, we want to go into New York, and show that fighting to keep the music. All right, one thing I'm going to say. Listen to this. there was grants available, cultural grants. And would you believe it that Rick Scott, the governor, cancelled all of the arts grants? And there was a commitment to the grants. There was a commitment saying, yes, you have got the grant, and basis and arrangements was made on that. And 6 months ago, they just took it off from there. So we had to rely on donations and a smaller grant so we can bring it off, because you can't just bring to bring all the teaching and instructions and what it costs to put on the show.
Right.
It's a level 1 show. It's up there, so it takes a lot, you know. But at the end of the day, when you see people's faces and when you see the children's faces, it's worth every penny.
Yes.
You know. So because they don't know what to expect, but everybody has been to the show has loved it, and you know, has been very appreciative, and I've said, wow, it is something else. It's unique. As Lady Song said, it's a show like no other. She came and did a video of it herself, and she said it's a show like no other.
Yes,
that's her word. I put it on the thing too, on the flyer. So we have flyers we're putting out. So please, if you can spread the word, and if you can send out, you know, I'm asking your listeners them to support us. Pembroke Pines is very few community things, cultural things that we can have in Pembroke Pines, and it's a chance for us to unite our culture and unite everybody in one place, and with a of love and happiness, which is much needed at this time, because there's so much bitterness and things. So this is a chance for us to celebrate. It's Martin Luther King weekend, one. It's a chance for us to meet friends, a chance for us to mix with others in laughter and happiness. I said, this is our great culture.
Right.
You know, come and share with us and let people be a part of it. But playing excellent music, excellent sound, excellent lights, with a professionality that we can say, boy, that was really good. I really was. I've gone on that journey and I feel good. That's what we want to make the patrons who come love the children, support. Because when they see the children, them support, the people support, get up and dance and clap them, and the musicians, and come back to the days when we appreciate music for what it was and what it is. Well, and you're safe, you feel good, and you feel happy what music should do.
The way to bring people to that point is to educate them, and these workshops pretty much educate on where music is coming from, the roots of it, going back to the very foundation of a beat. Willie, I want to thank you for what you're doing.
Well, so Kevin, I give thanks that God, and even I must always say that God has given me the energy to do this.
Yes.
And I have to give him thanks, because there's no credit on my part. I'm just a vessel, and I have to give the fans who supported Third World and support me now. I'm very grateful. I mean, the other day, you must have heard about it, we had a chance to do a reunion, which was Inner Circle, had their doing a 50th anniversary, and Third World is 45 years. And they had, Ian and Roger, Inner Circle, had a celebration at Circle House. And all of this, everybody who was who from them times, Tommy Cohen come up, Ibu came up, Cat was there, Rich, everybody. And maybe all people don't know, maybe they do know. Third World was a branch, was Inner Circle. I'm going to tell you, Carrot was part in us. I was the first drummer. Well, when I said first, when it became the name Circle, I was the first original drummer for Inner Circle. Ibu came in, brought in Ibu. Then Bonnie came and sing. We used to play at Tunnel, and Bonnie came and sing with us and became part of it. Cat used to come and watch us as a youth, called Fat Cat, and him watch us. Him start learn from a guy called Gray. He used to play guitar. He's now a doctor and dentist. And him came in the group. And Cara came in the group after I left. So the only person that was in the group was Richie. But 5 of them. So what happened is that they had a reunion saying Third World and in a circle. And you can see, if you look on my Facebook, Willie Stewart or William J.L. Stewart, you will see episodes from that concert and how we played when we were young. And Cats, it was really good. It was about, what, 6 weeks ago or two months ago. And I think that Third World having their show, no, I don't think I know, at Ligony Club in Jamaica on the 29th
Yes.
of is it December? Yeah, in Jamaica. 45 years, and they call it committed, you know.
Go figure.
So it is all good, but what I say, Kevin, I give thanks because as a musician, I've been blessed. I've been blessed to play in an era and to be able to see Bob Marley. I didn't know him that well. Cat knew him better than me, but the times I had to rock with him, and when I was in the circle twice, I had the chance of playing with him at St. Andrew's Girls' School, and one time at State, and then at Sunsplash, we played a Saturday night, and I was able to play when he got shot for Smile, Jamaica. And if you look at the Marley movie, you can see where we're on the drums, and you can see when me and Carrot behind and give Carly the drums to play after we played 6 songs as Third World, backing him up, which was one of the best shows I ever saw from him.
Nice,
to play
nice.
with Stevie Wonder, to have Stevie Wonder write songs for us and spend 3-4 months with him recording, to people like Jam with Santana. I mean, there's been some great stories, going to Africa, going to Japan. I mean, one can't throw that under the carpet. You know, it builds, it makes you realize, wow, like you live 2 lives in one, you know. I mean, I remember travel on planes, 270 days of the year. I mean, if I take a plane once, I went to Jamaica 3 times for Carrot, and my brother died too, you know.
Right.
So I've been traveling so much, you know. So it's like, I think wherever you are, God put you there. And you just have to just understand what you come here for to do and do it.
Well, thank you for being obedient to the call.
But sometimes you get the itch that you want to play again. And also, let me mention, my group, Willie Stewart and Friends, the same musicians, most of them that play on Rhythms Africa, is Willie Stewart and Friends, because I think the musicians that I pick are special. You know, I enjoy them playing. I respect all musicians, and it's great. So we've been playing out for like Jura Ball. We're actually playing the Monday at Miramar. They're having a free concert the Monday. We play the Saturday for Rhythms Africa, and for Martin Luther King, they have a free float. Miramar puts it on every year. We'll be part of that concert. I think who's closing it is I think it's Sherman Park, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere near Sam's. I'd love Don't Live Here. Rolls Royce, I think, is closing the show.
Okay.
But it starts 11 o'clock and finish 4 o'clock.
Nice.
I think we'll be on sometime between 11 and 12:30, 1 o'clock for 35 minutes.
Okay.
So we enjoy doing that for them. But we play out for bars. We're available. So we're here, and I want to do some recording on the group so we can play for more concerts and things. So I can play out, you know, because I love to play. I can't stop playing. I love to play. I just love it, and I feel that it just keeps me going, you know.
I know that feeling. Trust me.
Yeah, it's so important, and what is good too is that I get to play. Like last week, I went and I worked and did Rhythms of Conversation with YMCA kids after school. I went and did Plantation, Piper each day, and I did Deerfield Beach, and then I came and I have to train the kids at West Broward High School Wednesday and Friday. So, you know, it's been being in touch with the children and the young people has kept me young, one, and kept me aware of what's happening. I've been more appreciative and more patient with these youth, you know.
Speaking of being in touch, how can anyone get in touch with you to stay on top of when you're going to have workshops that are available to them, or if they want to get you into their place, whether it be community center or their corporate office to do workshops? How can people get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me, 754-366-5220. 754-366-5220. Or they can email me at William Stewart, you can spell that right, 2005 Comcast.net. William Stewart 205 at Comcast.net. Or we have our Embrace Foundation. They can come through that. EmbraceMusicFoundation.org. www.embracemusicfoundation.org. Or they can befriend me. I'm using the right word. Or friend me on Facebook, which is William J.L. Stewart. That's a picture of me playing. So they can do that and with friends, and then bam.
It's
and
the same picture you see, ladies and gentlemen, on the screen right now, is it?
Right. And then the pages now, they can please like page, please like, so you can, because I always post whatever I do. I usually post because we do workshops. The problem is, all right, let me just tell you. So on the pages, there's Rhythms of Africa page. Please like that.
Mm-hmm.
Please like Solutions in Music, which is a production company, which is my percussion company that does all the sound, the lighting, and the percussions, everything. Crew comes under that. And then there's another company, Embrace Music is the other Facebook. And there's my YouTube channel, which you can see a lot of interesting things on there. Because all the history, way back to where I tell you when we start, the first concert is all, parts of it is all on it. And parts of a documentary, which we talked about, you can see that online, and a lot of stuff of the work that is being done,
Right.
So, so they can get in touch with me, and I gave the number. They can get in touch with me with that, or through my email, or through even Embrace. If they write Embrace and things like it will come to us and things like that, so I can go through there.
Well,
I'm rebuilding Solutions in Music because I had it a long time, so I want to get rid of that one and kind of streamline it to more workshops and keep building, and Embrace will stay on the Rhythms of Africa.
Right.
So that'll be with that and the children. So when you go to Embrace, www.embracemusicfoundation.org, you'll see everything there to do with Rhythms of Africa, and the pictures and some of the past and certain things is all up there.
Cool beans. Well, Willie, thank you for taking the time out to share with us, to enlighten us, to give a little bit of inspiration. And we'll definitely be connecting with you prior to the next Rhythms of Africa. We'll have you come back and give a little reminder.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah. Also, Kevin, I want you to do a competition. If anything, you think of it.
Okay.
We will give away 4 tickets, but you will have to tell me who the names are.
I got you.
Whatever you do, you do something before on your show. We want to give away 4 tickets to come to the show. They can come to the 3 o'clock or 7:30.
Okay.
So that's to your fans, so you will work it out and you'll tell me. As long as we get the names and everything, we can put their names on the list to come. The experience thing that is, and I say nothing. Just come and experience it.
I'll start that tomorrow.
Right, sir. So you will tell me.
I definitely will.
So I look forward and thank you for the work that you're doing, sir. That's most important right now, because without you and a lot of other of our great communicators and giving knowledge, we'll be in serious trouble. It's so important. It's so important that the news, the truth always come out.
I thank you, sir.
Not the alternate one,
Right. The actual one.
And nothing but the truth. So help me God, I've never heard, well, we can have the truth and the untruth. So help me God. I mean, the world has flip-flopped in such a way that you have to check yourself and pinch yourself and say, am I really? I don't think the country was made to run as a reality show, But however it is, the point about it is that we are responsible, and the serious part of it is that I'm very concerned about our youth, and I would like to share that older people, please watch over your kids, watch over your grandkids, watch over your great grandkids. Don't give up on them, because when I see them in school, them in a peer pressure, a lot of problems. In our time, it was more simpler, and you had more compassionate older people that would sit down. And I can understand why you'd get vexed, because you don't communicate. It's like there's no communication. But still talk to them. Don't give up. Still talk to them. Still give them the love, because that's what's going to build them. They are geniuses.
True words. True words.
Some people, geniuses. But the problem is that the world is changing drastically, but one thing don't change with the world is a simple thing called love. It's powerful. Love remains powerful no matter what. We could have a million phones. We could have traveled in space and reached in light time. But love is a glue that keep our heart and spirit together. And in no matter what, is love that will help our children. Love, prayers, and honesty. Caring.
Well said. Well said, Willie. Thank you very much.
So, sir, thank you for having me on the show. And if you want to have me before again, please. I could come on with someone else and share views. I noticed that nobody asked me no question. What? Be that boring?
Everybody taking notes. Everybody taking notes.
Yeah, man. We can talk about other subjects too with music business.
Yeah.
There's so much more to music business than we're really doing, you know. But give thanks, Bujo out of jail, and I can see that him.
He's already at work.
He's already at work.
Yes.
And it's important that we see musicians, and musicians see themselves as a position of responsibility, and musicians see themselves as being, in other words, what God has bestowed, the power with what they can. The thing about it, how I look at it this way, there's a difference between the artist and the music. It's two different things. If you sing something you believe is you, it's not. You're just a messenger. The art and the artist are two different things. So when our song is sung, we learn from it as well as everybody else learn from it.
Right.
But it's just from a bigger source, and we have to respect that source and realize that what we're giving out there is, you can't change it. It lasts a lifetime. Because look at Bob. Bob was gone. But
the music lives on.
Right. So music is there that God give you to pass on. But you are just a messenger. You don't own it. We are just here to buy time and to leave. We come here with our soul. And what's important, can we leave with it? Or does it leave? And this is a big question. We have to keep in touch. Big question.
The philosophical side of Willie Stewart, ladies and gentlemen. He goes deep. Willie, thank you
so
again.
What I say to everybody is that, sir, thank you so much for the work you do. And people don't stop playing music. Always play music, because even if you play a little stereo and you have it, it helps. It works all the time. It works.
And when all else fails, snap your finger and clap your hand.
Yeah, do that. Simple that. And if you're tired, just start beating. You get energized. What people don't know, when you hit the drum, you hit it, and you start hitting it, and your hands hurt. You say, "Wow!" When you hit the drum, your blood starts circulating immediately. Because from you hitting it, the blood it's pumping the blood all over the place. And you get excited. So your heart start beating. So things start happening already.
Right.
Just by beating the drum. Plus, again, if you're upset by beating a drum, that stress goes, because you have somewhere to get rid of it. There's a lot of things to the drum. I'll let you just say there's three spirits that come with the drum. The man who's beating it, the skin is the animal, and the tree is the wood. Three things come together.
Nice.
So we just have to give thanks. And we must remember our culture, because coming from Africa, a lot of people say, "Oh, the drum notes, I don't know how to deal with that." But we must remember where we did come from. You understand? And a lot of us don't realize that, how powerful it is. Other people take it on. We're shouting about reggae music and saying, "Boy, how come we have it?" The world has taken reggae music because a lot of people did not respect the music. And that was the main. a lot of people, and today that happens. So it's like you can't. Other people appreciate it more. So they see the thing and it goes through, and people say, "Wow," and they're gone, and I'm gone with it, and I'm taking. But what is important, and nobody can take away from you, is a good song. Write a good song, it lasts forever. You'll have 100 people that do it.
True that.
And so we must address our songwriting, our content.
Well, you know, Willie, that is opening another can of worms. And I want to big up Carlisle Maggetti, Sir Rockwell, and Melissa Lady's song for this project that they're embarking on, Reggae Futures, which will be launched in Reggae Month, February of 2019. Mm-hmm. As you said that's exactly what came to mind. So, you're right. Let's see where we go from here with our reggae music and music on a whole.
Music is universal, and the beat is there. We have a style. We have a boat already. It's just a matter of putting the lyrics on it and make it unique. New style. Don't be afraid to create, but create with a beauty. Create that something that can play. And when you're young, when you get old, you're proud of. That you're going to say, when your child is going to say, "Are you do that?"
Yes,
you know,
yes.
And say, "Well, not to make a money, you know, but I really mean." But and then you tell the child, "Well, you can't do them thing there. Do something that you see ahead that can last." Songs like look at redemption songs. Look at Many Rivers to Cross. You know, we've had so much. She's Royal. Look at I mean, there's this fantastic song, Third World, 96 Degrees in the Shade. I even thought about it and said, listen, how much people write a song on culture? You know how big 96 Degrees is? Mm-hmm. The story, Ibu, Cat, and Bunny captured a moment of Jamaican history. That is, it is huge.
Yes.
You know, things like, and there's many other Jamaican songs that are masterpieces, man. Bob Andy, you know. I could name. There's so much artists that has given songs that is a landscape and backdrop to our lives. You know, I could give us so much joy, so much happiness. When you hear the song, you remember a time and say, "Wow!" You have to laugh.
Yeah,
there's back a memory that all we have is memories. All we have, you could have all the money in the world. When it's your time to go, that's it. Only thing you bring with you is the memories, and the family remember is the memories. The rest is out. And then we can say, what would you do different? Well, I'd spend more time with this and love this or do that. You never hear, boy, I don't want to do more work or whatever. You know.
With that said, though, Willie, we have to wrap it up tonight, boy.
Yes, sir. Please. Thank you for giving
much
me the time.
love.
Thank you, listeners.
Much love.
I thank you all, and God bless you all. And remember, one more time, January the 19th, and how you can remember is Martin Luther King holiday weekend, right? 2 shows at West Broad High School Theater, 500 Northwest 209th Avenue, Pembroke Pines, Florida, 33029, right? 3 o'clock and 7:30. A show for the ultimate family.
And tune in, starting tomorrow. I'll be giving away 4 tickets between now and then. I'll be giving away 4 tickets. And depending on how many of you ask about it, I might get some more.
Listen, I'm going to drop 2 children tickets on that because it's our family, so I'm going to drop 2 children. In fact, I'm going to make it 8 tickets. 4 children tickets and
4 adult tickets.
Adult tickets.
Got you.
But you have to give me the names and things. So
got you. All right, I got you. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Uncle Willie. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, Kevin. I respect you, sir.
All right. Much love. Take care.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit late, but this is where we roll on out of here. Catch y'all tomorrow. There was no musical therapy because it was all therapeutic tonight. All right. Catch you tomorrow, same time, same place. Well, catch you later today. Right here, kevinstew.com, the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. Healthy Love Tuesday. Until then, remember, Sir Rockwell comes up at 7 a.m. rockthebox.net. Check him out. It's Indie Artist Tuesday. Thank you, Wake Up and Live Show, and Sir Rockwell for sponsoring this segment. I'm out of here. When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.